me. Where's my boost? There we go. Let's just move that over there. Alright, so I think I'll just, like, for the sake of being able to concentrate, I'll just be messing about in free play, I guess, if you guys are okay with that, because if I play games, I'll get distracted, so I'll just, like, mess about in free play, or I'll do some all-star aerial training, because people love that. Let's go way back to the beginning. So, story time. Why did it all start? Well, it started off in a little country called Scotland. Man, I've got that FPS lag again. Oh well. Not like I need to concentrate anyway. So I started off in a little country called Scotland. It was 8:30 in the morning on Saturday the 31st? No, Saturday the 30th, I'm going to say, of August. And I hear a knock at my door. And I go to the door. And lo and behold, it's Mike Rules. Mike Rules is at my door. Wow, look at me getting mind games by my own brain. So, Mike Rules is at the door. He's just chilling, and you know, I open the door, let him in. He's like complaining about how terrible his flight was. I'm like, oh rip, dude, that sucks. Nothing I can do about it. And anyway, we get inside. We start streaming, and yeah, people are pretty hyped to see Mike and me in the same room because you know apparently that's pretty exciting. I was pretty excited, not gonna lie. What can I do here? I don't like lag. Help. Help. Is that gonna help me? Let's hope so. So, yeah, me and Mike are streaming in Glasgow. Then after a while, we go out and we meet Marky, and that's where the pizza crawler happened. I'll actually show this on stream. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get my Twitter because my Twitter tells the story a lot. It'll help me remember what happened. So let me scroll back in time. Let's go back into the beginning of the week, the big experience weekend, and talk about it. So, oh my goodness, I tweeted a lot. Here we go. Where are we? Okay, we're still in LA. We haven't gone back to Scotland yet. Okay, we're going back in time. Player Lounge, Santa Monica, Matt's house, the plane. Okay, here we go. This is the boys in business. Oh, actually, so first thing we did, first order of bee's knees was to do. All right, so we went to play some mini golf. Like, we met up with Marky. Oh my goodness, that's loud. We met up with Marky and Jack, who's Marky's old flatmate, and I guess teammate as well. They were teammates once upon a time. So we went to play mini golf, and it seemed like every time I throw on the camera, Marky just gets a hole in one. This is really loud. I'm going to turn the volume down. So we're just mini golfing. And yeah, Marky just like, no problem, hole in one every time we turn the camera on. Kaboom. Easy for Marky Duda. Then Jack ruining the shot. I'm trying to get a shot of the winner of the hole-in-one master, and Jack just gets in the way, but no problem. And then we're like hanging out. We're trying to get back in town to go drinking, and yeah, this happened. So I was bored, so I was like, I'm gonna go in a wide rotation real quick. So I just went in a bit of a wide rotation, up and down.
Is it the right play? Yeah. He's turning it right about around. Oh, no, there you go.
Very wide rotation there from Johnny.
Yeah, it's a bit slow. I felt he could have got back in time a bit faster.
Yeah, he's being really slow here.
Yeah, he's really not making the best use of his time. He's being really inefficient. He has a few steps he could move forward, but
literally 4 other players are like, you know, rotating right now.
Yeah, I think that woman in front of him is like on 2 tiers up, at least 2, if not more. He's made it down. Okay, I give it a solid 4 out of 10. 4?
Yeah, so I did a wide rotation while we're waiting for the taxi. Then we went back in town, went to the pub. We actually met O'Neill and Meeps, and I didn't get a picture with O'Neill and Meeps. I don't know if any of Mike or Jack or Marky did, but I didn't, or O'Neill or Meeps or someone. But we met O'Neill and Meeps, formerly of Noble, at the pub. We played some Tiddlywinks. If anybody hasn't played Tiddlywinks before, definitely go play it. Mike forgot his ID, so he had to drink Coke. Rip Mike Rules. Then we got the infamous, what's it called? Pizza Crawler picture, which Marble like flipped it on his head. He made Mike the tall one, which I don't know, or not Marble. This is Halfway Dead actually. He did this. This is beautiful. I don't know how he managed this, but there you go. What a big experience. It's really well done. So gigantic Mike, mini Marky, And obviously Pizza Corolla, for those of you who don't know, inside joke, they don't sell pizza. They don't sell pizza. Great chippy though. Fantastic food. And then we got them laughing at Lo-Fi's stream as you do. This is the proper dimensions on the show. Lo-Fi is probably in the blue team. And then we've got this one. Mike's going to hate me for this, but yeah, Marbo is just savage as usual. You didn't even make him taller than the Hobbits. That's so savage. Unbelievable. And then, yeah, apparently I followed Adam Beckwith and Jack Moore. Why are these people in the public not asking for selfies with Johnny? Because we're in, like, Glasgow, where nobody knows anyone in Rocket League. Okay, so that's like us in Scotland, but then there's a little bit more that happens the next day. So me, Mike, and Marky, we go back to mine after all that, after we've had the drinks at the pub and we played Tiddlywinks and we've had Mike get roasted by everybody who's anybody on Twitter. And then we go back to my place, we stream again, because I wanted to reach 50 subs before I went to NA, and lo and behold, I hit exactly 50 subs, so that was pretty cool. I was pretty happy, a big appreciation for that. That was nice. Nice to see, that's what I like to see, as it were. And, oh, I'm actually going to keep this up. Nope, I was nearly a god. You're in Edinburgh? Yeah, we were in Edinburgh. But yeah, I was up pretty late because I couldn't sleep because I was too excited. And, then Mike was sleeping in my living room. Marky was sleeping at his girlfriend's place. Oh, if that were bounced, I would have had a double. But anyway, we had to catch a train in Edinburgh, which is like 60 miles from Glasgow, where I stay. So we had to get a taxi, or that was the original plan, was to get a taxi, because like we didn't want to rely on the trains in Scotland, because the trains are just a nightmare. The trains are an absolute nightmare in Scotland. Huge mare. Like, they were even on strike, so we were like, nah, we're not relying on the trains. So I ordered a taxi. The taxi people cancelled it at 3 in the morning. I reordered a taxi. They confirmed it like at 10 a.m., which is 2 hours after we ordered it. I was like, well, rip £75, which is like $90 or something. Rip $90 for an invisible taxi. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I ordered an invisible taxi somewhere that doesn't exist. And anyway, we went to Edinburgh by train. We really did consider getting off at like Cumbernauld or somewhere because we were so scared of going to NA. And I'm actually not going to score this. Rip me, I hate myself. At least I got the butt slide. I was so happy with this power slide turn as well. Like, easy. Anyway, we went to Edinburgh. We got in the tram. We had to talk to some Dutch transvestite to like find the airport because we didn't know where we were because we're silly boys. But we found the airport. We go to the massive queue. United Airlines have got like the biggest queue of all time, and we have to stand in queue for like the longest time. We're freaking out that we're going to miss our flight, but no problem. United Airlines, 2-hour delay. That's what I like to see. So we're delayed by 2 hours. They have to reschedule our connection because we're supposed to like get on a flight from O'Hare, Chicago to LA, but we miss it because United Airlines are trash. And we have another problem because Mike like accidentally put an extra number on his ESTA, which is like a visa for British people going to America. So he had to like reprint his ESTA, and he was getting a bit stressed about that because we were like, oh no, we're in trouble now. Mike's like screwed up his ESTA. We're gonna get deported. We're gonna get sent to Greece or something. And so we finally get on the plane to O'Hare. And we, at this point, as far as we know, Cuxer97 is already in the air. He's already in the air on his way to LA, so we're not expecting to get in touch with him. We're expecting to, meet Cux in LA. So Mike, the good soul that he is, he goes and flies ahead of me and Marky, just so he can meet up with Cux in LA, not to leave Cux by himself. But little do we know, Cux is actually on an 18-hour round trip to where he started. Like, he's on a 13-hour trip from Rome to LA, but 9 hours in, they figure that there's a problem with the plane that they can only fix in Rome. So they do a loop-de-loop and go back to where they started. 18-hour literal round trip to nowhere. Poor Cuxer, 18 hours and he's still in Rome. We had no idea about this. We're like, at this point, we're like in O'Hare, me, Mike, and Marky. and Mike's trying to race ahead to go meet Cux in LA, but Cux is in Rome with no contact with us because we suck at international communication. And yeah, we have no idea where Cux is. Absolutely no idea. So Mike like gets on a plane from O'Hare to SFO, that's San Francisco, for those of you who are naive about American geography like me. And me and Marky stay in Chicago. We're having a great time because it's like, 4 p.m. We could just go to sleep at 8. The airport puts us up at a nice hotel, probably 4-star. It's called the Doubletree for anybody around there. And yeah, we went to see some sunset. It was super romantic. Marky was having a great time. He was like, yeah, this is pretty hot. I was like, I know, but let's just sleep in different beds anyway, because we better not risk having getting either of us pregnant before we go to LA. So yeah, me and Marky are chilling at the Doubletree. Mike's on a rush to get to LA as fast as he can to meet up with Cux, who's actually in Rome, and Cux is like at a 4-hour conversation with some chick at the airport who doesn't understand what's happened to him, and he's trying to explain it to her, and then they finally get him to his hotel after 4 hours at the airport, and then he's got to leave his hotel 2 hours later because he has to go back to the airport to get on his 13-hour flight the following day. So Cux had an absolute nightmare. Poor guy. I don't even know how he made it, but yeah, 18-hour flight to nowhere, 13-hour flight to LA. Mike thinks that Cux is in LA already, and he's rushing over to LA to meet him. Gets there, has no idea where Cux is, and then poor Mike, he's missed his reservation at the Roosevelt because he was gonna live at large for a night, just with him and Cux. But he missed his reservation, so he goes up on Twitter. He's like, so I'm in LA, and I have nowhere to stay. Help, basically. And big shout out to PRL Scheist, who, he saw this. I don't know if somebody told him or if he just saw it himself, but PRL Scheist lives out in LA, and he got an Uber to send Mike to his place, and he looks after Mike, so big shout out to that guy. He was in my chat earlier, Schieist, I believe. Schieist, Scheist. He's a total babe. He looked after Mike for a night, and me and Marky flew over into LA the next day. By then we'd find out Cux was actually still in Rome, so me and Marky were going to meet him in LA. We're like, perfect. Me and Marky can just go into LA. We're landing about the same time as Cux is, so we'll go and meet him at the international arrivals, and it'll all be good. So me and Marky land in LA, no problem. Then we get there, and we're rushing over to international arrivals because we have no idea where Cux is. We think he might have already been there and wandered off by himself, which should not be ideal. But haha, joke's on us. He's not even there yet. He's got delay on his flight, number one. Then when he finally gets there, 2 hours late, they have to sit in the airplane for an hour and a half because customs is too full. There's too many people in customs to let them all through, so they just kept Cux on his plane. And then after being on there for an hour and a half, they finally let him in, and he has to sit on a bench for a couple of hours by himself in customs. And then getting through customs takes ages as well. So Cux had an absolute nightmare. Me and Marky are sitting on the other side. My phone's 5% battery. Marky's phone's an alarm clock because it's basically a brick. So he's useless. I'm having to make friends charging my phone with the worst phone charger of all time. It's got some adapter or something to connect it to the American sockets, which suck, by the way. What on earth are your sockets over there? They're terrible. But yeah, finally Cux comes through. We're like, oh, it's Cuxer! I'm like, yo, it's Cux. And by this time, me and Marky were basically we're two boys who cried wolf. We don't believe each other anymore because we've been fooling around. We've said to each other, oh, it's Cux, and we turn around, it's a Japanese guy, and we're like, haha, good one, So I was like, it's actually Cuxer. And it was, and Marky's turning around, no. Double take, it's Cux! Marky, arms open wide, we can't believe it. Cux comes running over, Marky's ready to give him a hug. Cuxer hands him his suitcase. Marky's ready to embrace Cux for the first time they've never met before, and Cuxer's just here, hold my suitcase. You don't know what I've been through. And then he just leaves, he just walks off. We were like, did that just happen? It's so funny, man. So yeah, Cux, what a big experience. What a first meeting. He just handed him a suitcase and then walked around the massive aisle. The dude realized what he'd done though. He like wandered off. He's like, "Oh, Marky wanted a hug." So then he put down we put down his suitcase. So we hugged it out. We're like, "Cugs, we're so happy to see you. You're alive." And Cugs is like, "Are they going to arrest me if I smoke?" We're like, "Well, yeah, you need to go outside." So Cugs goes outside to smoke, and I go with my 2% battery phone back to the phone charger so I can call somebody. I'm calling Mike, and he like phones us an Uber, and Mike I think ordered it under my name, which is John McDonald. And then this Asian Uber driver shows up. He's like, Mabango? Uber for Madongo? We're like, "Can you spell it?" He's like, M-A-G. We're like, that's not me. Yeah, it was me. He just like didn't know their name McDonald or something. So yeah, after a while we figured out that it was actually me. I'm John Madumbo or something. I don't know. But we got in the Uber. We met Mike. We're like, what a big experience. We go up to Scheist's place. Who's been looking after Mike. Awesome guy, Scheist. And we go off to meet our buddy Matt Smellssworth, who he's the guy that I met online through coaching actually. Really happy that I met him because like that dude, he messaged like Gibbs about coaching and Gibbs didn't reply. Then he messaged Low5 about coaching. Low5 didn't reply. Then he messaged me and I was like, yeah, dude, let's go. So I was so glad that Gibbs and Low5 ignored him because he's an awesome dude and I go to stay at his place in LA in Santa Monica, half an hour from the beach. And yeah, I'll show you some pictures from Twitter actually of his place because that was awesome. Oh, what a shot. Let's just score this goal. Just kidding. All right, wait a minute. Kaboom. Okay, we're back on Twitter. Okay, so there's me and Marky in Chicago, all by ourselves. We were having a great time. Me in LA in Chicago with big boy Marky. And then there's us. I like this tweet. Get it? Do you get it? Plain. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty funny. What can I say? Here we are. First time that we've had all the Flipside boys together in one photograph. That was pretty cool. We're at Smellsworth place, so shout out to Smellsworth. He put us up for 2 nights, and awesome guy. I'll show you some more pictures from his place as well. But this is Cuxer, obviously, Mike, Marky, and me. We're chilling, finally all together. Yeah, me and Mike like took opposite pictures for Twitter. It's like, what a big experience, and I did it backwards, but I forgot the XD, so massive fail fish on my part. And yeah, training regime begins. Isn't this the cutest photo? I felt like a parent. I was like a proud parent when I saw this. I was like, oh. They did wake up after this and do something, but it was like, let's just get a picture of the boys sleeping together. That was cute. Cuxer the little spoon, Mike the big spoon, obviously. Marky just the middle spoon. Yeah, looking good. I like that photo a lot. So did 231 other people apparently. Okay, so did I have any other pictures of... Well, actually, I don't have any pictures on Twitter of Matt Smellsworth's setup, but I'll describe it really quickly. He had like a garage, or a garage, if you're in Scotland, out back. And in there he had a PS4 with a massive screen and a PC with... both had Rocket League, and it had a bathroom and a sink and everything. And that was pretty awesome. And yeah, night 1, we're just all sleeping, apart from Mike, who's streaming, obviously, because Mike doesn't sleep. So he's streaming over there, and at 3 in the morning, like, Marky gets up because he's feeling sick from the plane, and Marky just, like, vomits in the toilet, and all of Mike's stream heard it. He just said, and then I, like, woke up, I was like, what is going on? And Marky's just like, he's not feeling too good. So yeah, Marky... yeah, he vomited live on stream. Nice, delicious audio for Mike's stream. He's having a good time. But yeah, after that, we wanted to go to the beach. So we went and bought this ball, right? This ball didn't have a long life. There it is. So we go to the dollar store, which, by the way, awesome. Like, everything in America was so expensive. We're like, oh, I'd like a pint of milk. They're like, that'll be $20. We're like, what? So, yeah, we went and got this ball. And Marky's like, yay, ball, kicks it over here, and it hits this rosebush and bursts. So we're like, no. So the ball didn't make it at the garden. Rosebush 1, ball 0. But then we go to the beach, and Marky, like, sees this football in the possession of 2 guys who are leaving the beach, and he's, like, overcome with the urge to buy the football, the soccer ball, if you will. And then he goes he goes up to this guy. He's like, I want to buy the ball. And the guy's like, how much? And Marky's like, blah blah blah, blah $40. And the guy's like, oh, okay, it's yours, dude. Give it to him. So they like, this ball costs $40. It's like waterlogged and flat, but yep, $40, and we loved it. These boys actually that we're with, we like just got to the Pacific Ocean for the first time, set foot in the Pacific Ocean. We're like, it's colder than I expected, but it's still pretty cool, pretty big over there. And then we turn around and these lovely gentlemen come over and they say, yo, are you Johnny? I was like, you're kidding me, no way. I've never been further from home. Get recognized, feels good, man. Yes, that was pretty cool. They're cool guys. They were actually from Oklahoma, if I recall, and they were over there for the event. So that was pretty awesome. We met up with some fans on the beach. You know, I tweeted out this, like, Cucks likes to hide from the camera, so I have to sneak photos. What a handsome lad. But really, I just wanted everybody to see my strand of hair. That was I'm not going to lie, that's the only reason I tweeted that photo. That's the only reason I tweeted. Oh, yeah, it's more than fine. Exactly. So you're not wrong over Zero. So we'll rewind a bit, because you'll hear us say it's more than fine a lot. And where that comes from is Cuxer was, you know, obviously, like we said, flying in by himself. The rest of us were supposed to be together. So we were like, yo, Cux, we can hook you up with some contact that we know from LA so that you can, you know, have somebody to hang out with when you get to the airport. Because he's going to have to wait. If everything went as planned, Cuxer was going to have to wait for 5 hours by himself in the airport for us to arrive. Which, you know, it wouldn't have been an issue given that he was 6 hours in customs and we weren't. So would have been fine. But Cuxer was like, nah, it's better this way. I'll be by myself. And then, like, we were trying to persuade him, yo, we got this guy, Matt Smellsworth. You can hang with him. And then Cux just replies, no, it will be more than fine. I don't know why, but we just thought that was the funniest thing, because we've never met Cux. So we're just imagining this little Italian accent, like, no, it will be more than fine. When we met him, we just kept on saying it. Like, every time something happened, we're like, ah, yes, it will be more than fine. So that's where that phrase comes from. Cuxer, it will be more than fine at the airport 97. But I reckon, let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, yeah. So, like, that's moving on to the player hotel. But before we got to the player hotel, we had one more day with Matt Smellsworth, obviously. So we're chilling at his place. And, yeah, we played some spike ball. Great game. Played that at the park. We were also playing some frisbee. Marky threw me a pass, and then I redirected it over the fence. That was pretty good. So it didn't have enough trajectory to go over the fence. So I was like, boom! Or boy bang. You know, I just sent that straight over the fence. So we lost the frisbee. Oops. Yeah, but it was actually a wedding gift as well. So I lost a wedding gift frisbee, because apparently Matt Smellsworth used to be on a frisbee team or something. I don't know, something like that. But rip frisbee, we forgot to go get it. Oh well. There's worse things happening in the world, probably. But yo, we you know, had a bit more practice at Matt's place, and you know, the rest of us slept a bit while Mike streamed till 6 in the morning, because that's what he does. He doesn't sleep. Mike Rule's the only human on the planet who doesn't need sleep. And yeah, then going on to Wednesday, we were one of the last people to the players' hotel. Yo, ProRL, thanks for the host. I hope you guys had a good stream. I appreciate the host. Like I've been saying earlier, I turned off host alerts because I get too many alerts that just distract me and make me lose my train of thought. I'm trying to limit them and just shout out the real hosts myself. So I appreciate that. But anyway, see, I've lost my train of thought. Just kidding. I've got it in my head because I'm a genius. We were like last to the players' hotel. Clyde feels like tweeting at us like, "Yo, you guys need to get over here." And I honestly didn't even know if I was going to be allowed to stay there. I would have been, you know, it would have been perfectly understandable if they were like, yo, you're not a player, get out. So, yeah, you're right, Rizzo, I should do that. I should do that, shouldn't I? But for now, we'll make do. See, I just went to the players' hotel. I was like, I'm going to try to sneak in, say hello to everybody, then probably sleep on the street because I don't have a hotel till Friday night. But, yo, they were so nice. You know, I showed up and we were meeting everybody. They all got up and shook our hands, and we were like, wow, why are all these guys so handsome? Like, all these people who have been hiding their faces online, they're so good looking, you know? Like all the Weedham Girls guys and the Flying Dutchman, you know, they're all so pretty boys. And we were like, what? You know, they're all so cool. So everybody's really chill. We're hanging out at the players' hotel. It's worth mentioning, I said this earlier, but Scrub Killer, when he showed up, it was so funny. He was later than us, and me and Marky were like, yo, Scrub, what up, dude? And he's just walking around like wide-eyed and jaw on the floor. And he comes up to me and Marky, sits between us, and to my left, Marky's to my right, to my left is Quinn Lobdell, and Quinn's like, yo, Scrub, what up, it's Quinn. And then Scrub's like, you're Quinn, no way. And he's like, I don't know what he was expecting Quinn to look like, but yeah, obviously not what he actually looked like. Quinn, who in the words of, I can't remember who it was, Courtney or someone, doesn't look too bad, I guess. But you know, I think Quinn's a babe. He's a LAN boy for sure. He's my boy. But yeah, we're hanging out with Scrub, which is pretty cool. All the players are just really awesome. All the casters are really nice. Met Golden Boy for the first time. Met Gibbs for the first time. James, Leafix for the first time. Met my boy Findable Carpet for the first time. Like, we've known each other online for months now. When we first met, neither of us had, like, I think our combined followers on Twitch was like 100 or 200. And yeah, now we're... I knew he was going places even back then, because I like talked to him. I was like, yeah, this guy's got what it takes to become famous. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Who else is cool? Yeah, obviously Maestro's is just a slamming hottie. He's like the boy band. He's the pop star of Rocket League. Somebody go buy that boy a face cam and get some good internet so we can just all go and watch his stream instead of mine. But who else did we meet? Oh yeah, Clyde Fuel, Daddy Rocket League, looking after everybody. That was pretty cool. Jadel, like the boss man, absolutely terrifying. I'm terrified of that guy. So many people, like, throughout the weekend or throughout the week were like asking me to ask him stuff, and I was like, why? I'm so scared of this guy. Like, I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he terrifies me. Jadel's like scary, dude. What is this?
Soaring our sandwiches are so much. Come back to Chicago again, please.
Dude, CP Killian, you're far too kind. NA sandwiches are so much. Come back to Chicago. Yeah, thanks for the 20 pounds. That's probably going to buy me half a sandwich in Chicago at least. So we're all good. I'll never go hungry in Chicago as well. Jadel wasn't scary. Jadel was scary. I think it's because, like, every time I was talking to him, it was somebody had asked me to go ask him something, and I'm like, I really don't want to do this, but all right, I'll go and like pitch this idea to Jadel, like the. I won't name any names, but yeah, a lot of people were like, oh, can you ask Jadel this and that and this and that? I was like, sure, why not? So, yeah, he's an intimidating guy, but he's awesome. Like, Jadel ran the whole thing, you know, he hardly slept, I hear. He just ran the whole production, and he's, you know, killed it because the whole thing was insane. So big shout out to Jadel. He's the boy. Jadel was like a 10,000 times less scary at the after party. I only talked to him briefly at the after party. I'm sure that's true, but I mean, I saw him pretty early on before he had many drinks in him, so he's still pretty terrifying. But yeah, that was the Players Hotel, and they told me that I could sleep on Marky and Mike's windowsill because there was this mattress on every windowsill. I was like, sweet. So we went down to the reception, and or Marky went down to the reception and asked for a blanket, so they gave him a blanket. For me, I had a blanket. And wait, I've got to find my phone. Here, look at this. Every Players Hotel room. Oh, sweet, I matched with someone on Tinder. I'm the best. But anyway, Players Hotel. That's what we want to see. Oh, that just reminds me. Before I go into Players Hotel, I got this text today. Wait, can you guys see this? Look at this. Wait. You see it? I saved £885 using my roaming data. I am so glad. Look at that explosion on the screen, by the way. Look at this. Beautiful. I should get that as a desktop background. Anyway, I phoned my phone company before going away, and I was like, I need a new phone. So I got this instead of my block phone, and I got some deal. It was like, you're allowed to use 12 gig roaming, and I was like, I would go home, and I was like, I wonder if I'm going to have a huge phone bill. Then I see this, I'm like, oh man, I'm so glad I got this contract that lets me use 12 gig roaming, because I would have had like $1,000 in roaming fees. Oh man. So there we go. Saved 850 quid roaming data because of this contract. I'm a genius. I'm like a girl shopping in the summer sale. But what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to show you a picture that I've only got on my phone. I didn't tweet this. Where is it? Here it is. So this is the view from the shower of every room in the Player Hotel. This is the view from the shower. Obviously not every view has a Marky Duda in it, but yo, see, do you guys see the shower? That is the shower head, right in the middle of the face cam. That's the shower head. They just got like frosted glass, right? They have frosted glass. And actually at the bottom is like see-through square, top see-through square. Look at that. See when it stops being frosted and it's just normal? Marky can literally walk up there and look in. That's the view from the shower in the bathroom. There's just a big bit of frosted glass. So I was like whatever, just don't look. But Marky was like creeped out. He went and he asked them to cover it. They came in with some sticky stuff and they covered it up. So yeah, you could literally straight see through. And the door didn't have a lock. Fun times. You know, Marky walked into me right as I was pulling up my pants one time. I was like, wow, that was decent timing. So yeah, there was that. What other photos did I not put up on? Oh yeah, I didn't put this up. This is Marky getting a massage, or, you know, maybe more accurately, just a lady shoving her hand in. Mike had a better photo, actually. Ask Mike to show his photo. He's got one of her hand, but like actually in his ass. So, oh, there, cheeky Mike Rules at the bottom of that picture as well. There he is. What other photos have we got here? Oh yeah, I've got a star with my name on it. Do you guys see that? It's gonna be difficult to see this one. It's gonna be really difficult to see that one. Oh, it's so hard. Well, it says Johnny Mac on it, trust me. You can't see, well, I can see it on OBS. If I can see it, you should be able to see. I can see it on OBS. And yeah, we just took pictures of Cuxer while he's sleeping, because that's what you do. Make facecam bigger? Oh, that's a good idea, actually. I could do. So yeah, there's sleeping Cuxer. Over Zero, you're in here. You wanted the front view of the creepy Kronovi picture. You got it, dude. Bam, Kronovi, the devil himself. A lot of people were saying Kronovi was pretty cold. I didn't get that impression. I really didn't get that impression. He was nice to me. Maybe he's just cold to everybody else. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But yeah. Kronovi's a nice guy. I thought he was a nice guy. You missed it? Alright, I'll send it to you. Allow you to post links? What link? What link do you want to post? Oh yeah, here's a picture of me and Stoney with some real life dollary doos. You guys can see that at the bottom of the picture? I had some real life dollary doos. And yeah, here's a picture of, this is Fireburner. There's Fireburner. He's a nice guy. I mean, he seems pretty hot-headed, but he's nice enough. Like, when you get to know him, he's actually pretty chill. That's Fireburner. Anyway, enough of that. I think that's all of the stuff that I didn't. Oh wait, I've got a picture of Marky with a nude male maid now hiring van. There we go. Nude male maid while hiring. $99. HotToplessMaids.com 1844 so dirty. That's what's up. Oh wait, we got another one actually. We got another photo of Marky, like practicing what his nude male maid. Sorry about the green screen interfering with the pictures, but there's Marky drawing it. He's like, draw me like one of your French girls. Is that all of the photos that are worth seeing? Here's, oh wait, this is, for those of you who saw my stream before I left, that's Marky's flatmate Jack handling his drink really well. Just, there you go. That's Marky's flatmate Jack handling his drink as usual. What is this? Oh yeah, well I was going to get to that, Courtney. I'm not there yet. Don't worry. I'm not there yet. Give me a break. Give me some time. So yeah, that's all the stuff from my phone. But yeah, we're at the player venue. We're meeting up with people. We met up with Findable Carpet, Quinn, Turbo Pulsa, who actually got a haircut and shaved his creepy mustache. Thank goodness. Turbo's dad came up to me and we were chatting away, and I was like, hey, you know that I was actually a big part of Turbo, like getting a haircut and then shaving his mustache? And Turbo's dad's like, no, really? Thank you, really, really thank you very much. Oh, I cannot thank you enough. I was like, Lamau, there's Scrub Killer. He's definitely going to stream with a webcam now that everybody knows what he looks like. Yeah, look at I'm like mini Carpet. Our hair is quite similar. The beard is just mini beard. What else have we got? That's like Bipod, Flipside Bipod, the substitute. Sorry for the blurry picture, but that's Flipside Bipod. There's Maestro. What a babe. Getting rinsed. His opening move, I believe, his opening move order contained bishop to like D or D7 and then bishop back to its home square in the next move. Very interesting opening moves. Oh yeah, here's me catching a Taurus. For those of you who don't know, you can only catch Taurus in North America. I got him. I like said, oh, there's a Taurus, and everybody whips out their phones. Like, literally everybody. That's the practice room backstage. And there's Chopped, COP72. What a handsome guy. We're discussing strategy probably. And there's Cloudfuel, Daddy Rocket League. That's Flo, I think. And that's Covenel and Pluto and JamesBot. And there's Lucinio. I actually took this picture. I was like, yo, Latch. And then I like took the photo right as he looked. And then I was like, showed it to him. He's like, oh, that's a pretty good photo. Can you tweet that at me? He's like, so Lucinio loves himself, basically. He loves this picture of himself. He's probably like printed it off 3D and put it in the middle of his room. He's like, oh, look at that candid me. Gotta get some. Oh yeah, then I followed This Is BG Wife. And this is like the Twitch girl who, you know, I'm not sure if she's gonna be popular with the players. You know, I just don't know if she's gonna have what it takes to be popular with the players. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Where were we? Let me put this over here. Where were we? We're getting pretty close to game day. Oh, we're actually on game day. Sweet. Grill. Gross. Sex her. No, she's got a boyfriend. It's not what I like to hear. What else have we got here? Oh yeah, we're playing this card game that Cronovia is far too good at. Pretty sure it was rigged. So we go to the like day one, or rather before we go to the actual event. You know, I actually was really privileged. I got to hang out like at the venue like on the 2 days beforehand while the players were doing their press stuff, their interviews, and everything like that. I did not know that was going to be the case, but I was talking to J-Del and he just said, well, you know, you're here anyway, so you might as well tag along, because he knew I was friends with Flipside and all the players knew who I was, so they weren't going to be, you know, uncomfortable, because I'm not a massive fangirl like Courtney, so, you know, they just let me in, and that was pretty sweet. Just scrounging free food everywhere, that's what I do. And yeah, we're hanging out with the player, like, at the venue, and, like, probably the coolest moment for me, besides like just, you know, seeing all the players play in first person, which is really cool because you get to see how people play. The coolest moment was definitely when the band were ready to like practice. It was insane because like the sound system had just got set up in the venue. They'd only just set up the sound system, and then the band were on stage, they're getting warmed up, and then suddenly just that song, which one is it? On the Rocket League song. Hold on, I've got to find it. It was like the best song to start with. I was just like chills all over my body. Let's hear. Which one will it be? Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Nope. Nope. I can't get it right. Maybe it's this one. Oh yeah, this. So like, imagine, like I'm just in the venue, like pretty much I was in the balcony where all the press were on the day, and then they just started this, like out of the massive subwoofers and bass. Johnny, it was about Bring Me Down. No, it was this one. It was this. What is this
Dibs
noise?
on the rights to the Johnny Boy Land Boy novel that's coming out in 2017.
Yeah, I should make a
Catch
book,
it
huh?
now in any Barnes and Nobles near you. Can I
Shice,
get some
dude.
foreheads in chat, please?
I'll put a forehead in chat. Shice the legend. He looked after Mike for a night. And then we bought some Mike and Ike's. I'm a poet and I didn't even realize. Anyway, like I'm just chilling on the stage and then this song starts like coming through, like the speakers, and like I just got chills literally all over my body. Like no kidding. I was just like, whoa, this is real. Like it wasn't real till then. Like until then I was just like, this is pretty cool, you know, production's pretty legit. I can see the caster desk, yeah, I see how that would be pretty awesome. Yeah, stage is looking alright, the goals and stuff, and yeah, the screens and the player like pictures, and yeah, not bad. It was a combination of this and also this picture, which I'll have to find on my phone again. Oh, still looking at Jack, who's passed out on the floor. This picture here was like so cool. Like this one. Yeah, I'm sure you guys saw it. It's the one of Mike, Markey, and Cux. Like, look at the green screen acting up through this. But yeah, I'm only showing it to you so you guys know what one I'm talking about. That's the photo I mean, where you had Flipside on the wall. Cux looked insane. He was ready to slay some nerds. So like that was on the wall, and then this song just started playing. I was just like, I'm ready. Event hasn't even started. This is already worth the trip. I was so hyped. So this is playing. I'm hyped. Band is like killing it. Couldn't wait. Ready for the venue. But yeah, apart from that, like all that happened before the actual event was pretty much just hanging out at the Players Hotel, hanging out with you know, people who are actually allowed to drink, like all the parents and Husky and Bipod. I don't actually see Bipod. Bipod is pretty responsible. I didn't see him at the bar. But me, Husky, Leaf, and Lachino's mom actually were out for drinks on I think the Thursday or Friday night. And yeah, that was pretty awesome meeting those guys. They're pretty chill. What are people saying? What was the most surprising about the players and parents I met? I mean, it's pretty surprising that the Northern Gaming guys are so handsome and they've been hiding their pretty little faces. They haven't been streaming with the face cam or anything. Parents, I didn't expect Lachino's mom to know like literally every other player there. Like she like knew everybody by name, which is pretty, you know, I respect that. She's like actually educated herself about her son's passion, which is pretty cool to see. You know, that's respect. And Lachino's girlfriend was there as well. They were hanging out all the time. Lech's girlfriend and his mom. She's pretty cool. She subbed to me when I was offline yesterday, so shout out to Chelsea. She just fell in love with the boy hello emote, which, you know, can't blame her for that. It has that effect on people. But yeah. Yeah, Rizzo's Lachino's mom's #1 fan. I can't really compete with that, because he's the Riz. He's the Riz B. You can't really, you know, can't really prevent that from taking over. Especially now that he's got his Rizzo name and not X Rizzo ooh or 00. Well, let's see. So we're at the venue, day 1. I go up to the door with Mike and like there's oh my goodness. Actually, the scariest upside. I need to change this. I get so freaked out every time. Lachinio with the sub. That makes like the full Lachinio Chelsea connection. It's completed. Boy, hello. Welcome. I appreciate it, dude. You need to like come up with a Lachinio hello emote. The way to do it, right, is a lot of people, they just try and put their phone like this, flip it upside down, and then you get the good up the nose shot. That's what I like to see. But yeah, this Scrub Killer signature, I was like, I need to get a picture of this. Look at this guy. He's like, first ever signature, just plasters the t-shirt with the worst handwriting, biggest signature ever, and he's like, nah, I need more, smiley face. And then he's like, look Johnny, I did really well, didn't I? And he's like so happy with him. Look how chuffed he is with himself. He's like, I did really well. And he's just like taking up at least the space of 5 or 6 signatures. So yeah, that's Scrubkilla's first ever signature. There's Stony again with the dollary dues in real life. Apparently you can fold up this money and scrunch it up and then unfold it again, and it's all good. And then, like, I saw a whole bunch of people in the venue, like, eyeballing me, like, they'd be looking at me, then I look at them and they look away, you know? So I was like, you know, I've got to tweet something. So I tweeted out, yo, I'm over here, come say hi, don't be shy. And then, like, loads of people came to say hi. This is Hey BG, he's from Korea. Well, he's not from Korea himself, but he lives in Korea. And he brought his whole family, that's awesome. Is she playing Pokemon? I don't know if she's playing Pokemon, but either way, behind the shirt. Wait, that's you, dude. That's Charles12. So Charles12 here holding the shirt. That's awesome. But yeah, this is BG. He streams on Twitch. I think he's like twitch.tv/heybg, and yeah, check out his stream. He's my biggest fan girl. And then I waved at Art on the balcony. He tweets this. I was like, that's made my day. That's made my day. But yeah, this is Handmaiden. That's everything. She's from Mike's stream originally. She's pretty cool. She wanted a picture. I was like, yo, tweet that at me. That's cool. She's got a pretty cool profile picture too. It's like, how do you do that? How do you just zip up your face? I've never zipped up my face before, so that's something for the future, I'm sure. This is a lot. Me and a lot were chilling. He's fun to watch Rocket League with for sure. He's a lot of fun to watch Rocket League with, is a lot. And I mean, he's pretty excited now. He's going to try really hard to get in on the next LAN. Alright, then we've got Hanzo. If you ever wondered who's this guy who like retweets everything, that's him right there. Hanzo and Chopped, handsome as ever. Just making sure to be recording everything. I can't wait to see what his footage that he's got, because he had a camera with him the whole time. Pretty excited to see what he's got. Yeah, but that was day one. Like, all of the meeting with people was awesome. I couldn't believe how many people knew me. That was bizarre. Humble brag alert. But yeah, that was cool. I wasn't ready for that. And I mean, it's kind of cool because it validates what I do to my friends back home who, like, I don't know if in your guys' countries, if video gaming is, like, properly accepted, but it ain't in Scotland. In Scotland, it is not, like, popular to be a PC gamer. So, like, a lot of my friends, when I tell them what I do, they're just like, really? Like, that's your job? And I'm like, oh, that's not cool, man. Because you, like, you know, I don't go and say, really? You're a vet, or really? You're a dentist? Or, like, nobody, like, questions any other hobby that becomes a job. Why should it be like that for gaming? So I don't know. When my friends from back home see that, they're pretty jealous, which is pretty cool. I'm getting some people like messaging me who've never messaged me in ages. I'm like, oh, now you want to be my friend again? Okay, that's funny that you message me right now, right? But you know, I don't care. That's just what happens. People only like you if you're cool. People only want to be your friend if you're validated. But you know, I've got more than enough. I've got so much to be thankful for. You know, it was like such a big experience. I'm not even joking. It was a big experience. It was awesome. I couldn't believe like how awesome everybody was. I thought for sure there would be like somebody who's just awkward or somebody who's like not cool to be around. But nah, everybody that I met anyway. Maybe like all the jerks just stayed clear of me, but everybody was pretty cool, and that's what I like to see. So. That's what I like to see, by the way. That's like the northern gaming thing. Those guys, they're like beating that one like a dead something that's dead anyway. That's what I like to see, dude. That's what I like to see. And then there's the Kings of Urban. What do you mean? Like these guys, they just like to repeat the same joke. It's pretty funny. What do you mean? That's what I like to see. But yeah, it's funniest in Greasy's accent. Norway accent, for real, just sounds like a British person, like, speaking in a deliberately silly voice. I'm sorry, but it does. I'm sorry, but it does. That's what I like to hear. But what next? So we got day one. You know, obviously IBP showed up huge. The TFD showed up huge. Kings of Urban going home. I couldn't believe that. And you know, I was in the Vape Nation. The Vape Nation's like the backstage section where everybody's asking me to sign their vapes. That's like the section that the players walk through to get backstage without having to walk through the venue. So, you know, I saw the Kings of Urban guys coming out. I was like, I have no idea how to deal with this situation. I don't know what to do. I can't like run and hide because I know that they're going to see me here. So I was like, I guess I just walk over and say GG's, boys, because somebody's got to go home. And you don't want it to be anybody, especially not them, because they're, you know, such a good team, such nice guys. But you know, that's how it is with double elimination best of five. Somebody's going home on day one, and it just so happened to be Kings and Market. I didn't see much of Market. They were pretty reserved after their loss, but Kings were, you know, they were still hanging out and meeting people. So respect to them. And honestly, like when I saw them coming out, I was like, what do I do? Nothing in life has prepared me for this situation. Like, how do you console a team who are out on day one? I don't know. I don't know if any of the Kings guys are in chat, but you know, respect to them for handling it like professionals, because really nothing prepares you for that. Yeah, Flipside made it through, which I was pretty happy about, because obviously I'm hanging out with the Flipside guys, and then Flipside had a big entourage like with them. They had their owner, their manager, their psychologist, and their cameraman who fell off stage. That was hilarious. They like took us all out for dinner. Like there's me, Cux, Mike, Pod, Marky, and Quinn, who was with us at the time. We're like, can Quinn come? And they were like, yeah, let's take Quinn. So we all went out for dinner to this place, which was like Garlic Haven. You signed someone's vape? Yeah, same latch. I didn't think I was going to have to sign a vape, but now I'm like professional at that stuff because I was like hanging out in the Vape Nation all the time. But yeah, all the guys at the back here, that's like the Flipside org. They're lovely. They're like so nice. And they've got really high level Pokemon, so I'm pretty jealous. But yeah, we were out for dinner at this garlic place. They're like, oh yeah, we got garlic everything. Garlic ice cream, garlic Coke, garlic beer. They had garlic, anything you think of, garlic. And then Marky and Cux were like, let's just order something small, you know, something easy. So Marky was like, yeah, seafood's easy. Let's just order seafood. Bam! This whole tray of like still with the Shylon seafood comes over, and Cux is like, yes, this is more than fine. Starts digging in. And Marky's like trying to open all this up. He has no idea what he's doing. Marky's a clown. But I love him. So they got this tray, this platter of seafood of like shrimps and crabs, beautiful. Me and Quinn just got a slab of. It was supposed to be medium rare, but it was honestly more rare than medium rare. I wasn't a huge fan. And then Hector, Flipside manager, like tells like the restaurant that it's Pod's birthday. So they come and put a garlic hat on his head, sing happy birthday, give him garlic ice cream, and we're like, what on earth? You know, a bit of a juxtaposition with Pod wearing a pointy white hat, but we won't talk about that. And yeah, that was all that was to be said for day one. Yeah, just I think that's the psychologist, Flipside psychologist. He's a nice guy. But yeah, that's what they do in there. So they just give you a garlic hat. He tried to walk out with it, but they wouldn't let him. They were like, no, give it back, give the garlic hat. Yeah, there's Garrett's mom on Twitter. Everybody go follow Garrett's mom. She's really nice. She's really proud of her son, her baby boy. And they were, you know, they were pretty chill. I met them on the second day. Where are we now? We're like here. There we are. So day 2, I like go in and I know that game 1 is going to be Flipside against Exodus. So, before I move on, Hollywood Principal, the band, they need way more followers on Twitter as well. They've only got 500 followers. They like killed the performance at the venue. So yeah, go follow them. Let me just find where I was on Twitter again. But yeah, so I'm sitting right beside Garrett's mom and Turtle's mom. I was like, yo, what up? And I introduced myself, and they were like, oh, you're Johnny. Nice to meet you. Let's get a picture. Because she's just made a Twitter that day. I was like, I'll help you get some follows. I'm smashed. No, I'm not, I thought you said I'm smashed. I'm like perfectly sober. I had like a vodka and like 1 beer. We're good. We're Gucci. So yeah, I was helping her get more follows just to tilt Garrett pregame, and it worked. Flipside 3-0 Exodus, Garrett and Turtle tilted for days because I tweeted out this picture. They're like, Johnny, dude, why do you have to do that? That's not what I like to see, man. So yeah, then we saw Genesis, and this is like heartbreaking story of the LAN, okay? So Exodus lost to Flipside, but on the other side of the losers bracket we had Genesis against the Flying Dutchman, both the 4th seeds, which is insane because nobody expected them both to get there to day 2, never mind like against each other. So Genesis versus TFT, and Genesis are the comeback kings from day 1. They reverse swept Mocket, who are like the OG comeback kings. And then we have Genesis reverse sweep Mocket, and they're 2-0 down in games against TFT, and they bring it back to 2-all, and then game 5, absolute heartbreaking loss. They hit the bar like 3 times, and they have like, you know, SP on own goal. It was horrible to see. That's not what you like to see. So I go backstage. I like had a general admissions pleb pass, and I was like, I don't need this. Tuck it in my jersey. Walk backstage. Like the guy at the door, he has no idea. You know, because if you walk confidently, you can go anywhere. So I just wanted to see my boys, because Genesis, they're my NA boys. Like I wanted them to do well, and they honestly they did themselves proud. They beat Mocky U. They had a great series against the Flying Dutchman. Nobody expected that, so you know, huge shout out to them. But honestly, I go backstage and I could have cried because I just see Espion, like, who's by the way the nicest guy, and I'm sure everybody knows this already. But Espion's like the nicest guy, and he's just like so like heartbroken after their loss that he's just like lying down. Or no, he's got his head in his hands and he's crying. I was like, this is too much. It's horrible. Like there's a winner, but there's a loser as well. So I was like, I could cry, but it's the last thing Espion needs is someone else crying. So yeah, I was just like, Espion, you're a god, dude. You know, the only player who had the whole crowd chanting their name, Espion. The whole event. Like after the game, after they'd lost, everybody knew Espion was like upset, so like they were chanting Espion's name, and that's awesome. Like that's cool. So I hope he goes back and watches that and he feels good about it, because you know he connected with everybody after the Mocket win. He was doing his interview and he's just so personable and like nice about it. Like what a guy! I can't say enough good things about Espion. Never heard him say a bad thing about anybody. And, you know, I'd love to have watched the Genesis games with JamesBot. I wish I could have just stood beside JamesBot and ride the emotional roller coaster with him, because he's, like, an even bigger Genesis fanboy than I am. But yeah, Bible thumps in chat for Espion. What a babe. Espion, if you're listening, you're the best. You're gonna be, you know, having a big future in Rocket League, because that kid's got talent. And as soon as he gets over his confidence issues, he's going to be a monster. And I mean, everybody knows that. It's like something that everybody's aware of, and all the other pros are scared of, because they know when Espeon, you know, shows up, he's going to destroy. So yeah, that's like Espeon and Genesis out the tournament. Top 4, 3 EU teams, including Flying Dutchman, which is nuts, by the way. Like, I've already talked about the Flying Dutchman's story that the casters were telling, being all about Vogan, but you know, Dogu for me was the MVP for them. He had some big misplays, but he also had like some big plays. Jesse was probably their most consistent performer, so I was very impressed with him as well. And you know, Vogan, he's a nice guy. He's got a system for his team that works to a certain extent. It's going to get them so far. But I really feel like they have to, you know, make some adaptations if they want to ever win something, because they rely too much on the other team missing and you know, like counterattacks for the win. They're like IBP but without the insane goal scoring ability. Basically, that's TFD. But yeah, we're plowing through this. We're at day 2. I got to meet Final Carpet for the first time. Or no, for the first time at LAN, but we got another picture together, because me and him, like, out of everybody online, like, I think Carpet and me were, like, we knew each other for ages. He was one of the first people from America that I, you know, met up and got along with, and he started up his league, and I helped him out with that, and, you know, he's helped me out as well with hosts and just general advice. You know, I hope he continues to grow. He's, like, branding his beard really well, which is awesome. That's definitely what I like to see. And, yeah, I was just, like, tweeting out results and stuff, and GG's to everybody who loses, and then this is, like, so a bit of banter. What a save. That was probably when over 0 whiffed a save or something, because Rizzo replies, his hair got in his eyes, bro. And then somebody tweeted at me, or Rizzo tweeted, like, this, like, Mount Cronovi, Mount Everest. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Real life quick chat, by the way, is top banter. Like, I remember Remco centered the ball against Flipside, and Marky or Mike or somebody scored it, and I just got out my seat and I yelled, like, "Great pass, Remco!" like as loud as I could, and somebody else on the other side just yelled, "Savage!" It was quality. And then, like, you know, every time somebody misses, you're like, "What a save!" Especially if it's IBP, because all the IBP fanboys just start crying. You know, some real life dank memes. There's Rizzo. He's a really nice guy. We got Magic Goodies chopped. I can't tell who that is because it's blurry. I think that's Soft Goat, but again, pretty blurry picture. Sorry about that. But yeah, Rizzo's nice. Oh, and then yeah, Courtney, she just wanted to get a picture of me because she's trying to use me for Twitch views. I'm just kidding. She's really nice. So she's probably in my chat, lurking. And yeah, not posting this photo with my low percentage play. I couldn't agree more. Let's give it a boy NA in the chat. Low percentage for sure. But yo, Flipside didn't get it done. The only thing I could have asked for, like, honestly, IBP winning the LAN is the best thing for Rocket League, because NA team winning on NA soil, the crowd favorites, the underdogs, what a story, you know, like, unreal. And it's Cronovi as well, like, he's like the most popular player in Rocket League, and you got like Over0, the sub, and Lachinio, like, everybody loves those guys, so massive for Rocket League that they won. And what's it called? I would have liked to see a second best of 7, because obviously IBP were coming from the winners bracket and Flipside were from the losers. How are they underdogs? Because all the EU teams were the favourites. But yeah, I would have liked to see a bracket reset. If Flipside had won like the first series, that would have been perfect. But it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. So that's just the way it is. But yeah, I would have liked to see overtime and IBP versus Flipside the first series, and then Genesis to complete their comeback just so that they could be the reverse sweep kings, and then the bracket reset. If I wrote the script, I would have written it a little bit differently, but you know, the script that happened, you know, #rigged, IBP win. I'm just kidding, not rigged. It was a deserved win. They definitely deserved it. A lot of people saying IBP got lucky. They're like, they have no idea. They have absolutely no idea. You don't know what you're talking about. You think IBP got lucky. Like, were you even watching the games? Please. Like, I'll be reviewing that in a couple of days from now, and I'll tell you exactly why they won, and you're gonna listen, because they did not get lucky. They deserved every success that they got, and massive congrats to them. Couldn't be happier for them. Especially like, you know, all the criticism that they've had to take on their shoulders, and to come back and be the fan favorites and to take all that and still perform as well as they did. That's huge. But yeah, we went comfort eating with Flipside. Mike, Markey, and Cux were in decent spirits. Cux was probably the most sad because he didn't feel like he played as well in day 2 as he did in day 1. but that's just how it is. You know, you can't always play at your best. And Cux had, you know, the highest peak of the LAN. Like day one against Kings, that was the performance of the LAN. His shots were out of this world. And I'll be probably streaming that tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, the next day, but probably tomorrow. So, yeah. And there's, somebody got a candid picture of me for a change. I'm just like, in the vape, this is the Vape Nation. I think I signed this boy's vape, Charles. How's it going? It's going good. Yeah, then we tweeted a soda poppin'. We're hanging out with all the players at the after party. And Soda Poppin', the owner of Northern, I told this story before, but it's hilarious, I'll tell it again. Like, he was talking on his stream in front of 30k viewers about the, I signed your vape? Yeah, I signed your vape, Shice. I signed loads of people's vapes, dude. But, Soda Poppin', who owns Northern Gaming, was talking about Northern. He's like, you know, they're doing so well, I'm really happy for them, and so happy we picked them up. But, like, even more crazy is how good looking they are, and like the things he do to Maestros were like, Lamau, let's just take a picture of Maestro and tweet at Soda Poppin', you jelly bro. So that was fun. And then we had Marky like comes up to me and says, Johnny, if you make out with the lead singer, I'll buy you 3 drinks. So I go over, and as you can see, I'm clearly in a good mental state right here. My eyes are telling you that I'm perfectly more than fine. Yo, go up, and she's like, that she has a boyfriend. I was like, who's your boyfriend? She's like, I think it's this guy. So I was like, yo, buddy, come over here. I told him as well. But I was like, nah, for real, I value your guys' relationship way more than 3 drinks from Marky Sploop and Duda. So let's get a selfie and get you some followers on Twitter. So that was pretty funny. That was a big experience. What else? Yeah, got Golden Boy, what a legend. That guy's such a nice guy. Love him. He's underrated. I followed Meeps and Kyle, I guess. Yeah, that's moving on to the next day. But before we move on, a couple of important stories to tell. So I wasn't actually here for this one, but I've heard all about it. So awkward confirmed. How is that awkward? I'm chilling. Like, I'll do anything. I've got no shame. I was like sober and I did that. Yeah, I've got no shame at all. But anyway, Greasy is just like chilling at the bar, and he needs to pee, so he goes to the bathroom and he's, you know, doing his business, and then in walks Mike Rules. And Mike, he's like waiting to use the toilet. Excuse me. And then he like puts his wallet on the hand dryer. It's probably he's waiting to use the urinal. There's a hand dryer beside. He puts his wallet on the hand dryer and it slides off into the basin. And Greasy doesn't know what to do. He's already in full flow. He just starts emptying his bladder all over Mike's wallet, all over Mike's dollary doos, or his dollars of the American variety. And like Greasy, apparently, like Marky told me this, like Greasy just like comes out of the bathroom like laughing uncontrollably, and Marky's like, dude, chill, I want to hear the story. And then Greasy's just like trying to tell the story, but he can't stop laughing. He's just like, you know, it's one of those times where he's trying to talk, but everything he tries to say like just makes him laugh even more. But after like a good, 3 hours of contagious laughter, Greasy finally composes himself and tells Marky that Mike, he comes in to the bathroom and he puts his wallet on top of the hand dryer, and then I'm just using the urinal. I'm like, in the zone. And then out of nowhere, it's like this thing, his wallet just falls right in to the urinal. I'm like, what do? I don't know what to do. Because if I stop peeing on his wallet, I also miss the urinal. I have to keep going. And he just like empties his bladder all over Mike's wallet. And Mike like doesn't know what to do. He's like, oh no, what is this? And he like, eventually gets it and he shows me the wallet. I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, the bills, dude, they're like absolutely pouring. And Greasy's like, that's not what I like to see, dude. That's not what I like to see, So Greasy, yeah, that was probably the biggest experience of the LAN. Mike just pissing, or Greasy just pissing all over your wallet. What a life. What a time to be alive. So Mike, yeah, he's got some memorabilia to take back to Dublin with him, on top of his wallet. That's next level. Yeah, that was big experience. But yeah, we're back at the Blair Hotel. Everybody's chilling, everybody's nice, everybody's just hanging out. And Greasy's like, feeling pretty bad about being so bad in defense. Like, I warned everybody that he is, and he whiffed the ball and let his team down. And he's like, I'm gonna quit the team, and I was trying to console him, and Maestro and Remco are looking at me like, Johnny, please persuade Greasy not to quit the team. I was like, relax, I've got this. But yeah, everybody was really nice. Greasy's a really nice guy. He's really outgoing, which is cool. Like, it's nice to have people who are just, you know, willing to make a fool of themselves, willing to urinate all over somebody's wallet for banter. That's what you need at a LAN. So hopefully we'll have plenty more of that next time. Who else is hanging out? You know, all the... Jacob comes up to me, he's like, Johnny, I just want to tell you, I hate your analysis. I think everything you say is completely retarded. I was like, Jacob, dude, that's what I like to hear. I'm so glad that you're able to see through the lies and the deceit. I mean, I've been saying this all day. Like, I really respect when people call me out on the nonsense that I make a living off, because really, somebody has to stop me and stop all the lies and the deceit before it gets out of control. But you know, I think I said that to Jacob, and he's like, oh no, Johnny, I bet he's probably thinking, oh no, Johnny actually thinks I'm serious, because he came and like apologized or something after. I was like, Jacob, you're fine, dude, relax. Like, I know, it's all good. And yeah, I was giving those boys some life advice, like the good old, like when you have an accidental boner, you just like clench every muscle in your body and then it goes away. Like, they're all like, no way, like, what? Why has nobody ever told us this? And I'm like, I know, right? Like, I wish somebody told me that when I was younger, because that would have saved me a lot of awkward situations. So Fireburner was just like, he was probably the most thankful for that one. He must be the guy who sits on the bus and just gets a hard on for no reason. But yeah, that's like probably the most important thing I'll ever tell those boys. Forget Rocket League, forget like coaching, forget analysis streams. Like, you know, if you get an accidental boner, just clench every muscle in your body. Poof, it's gone. I mean, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. But where are we? We're like at the after party. So, you know, after, you know, we stay up all night because it's the last night in LA, and you know, there's plenty of time to feel sorry for yourself later if you lost the LAN. Like, you can feel sorry for yourself at a later date. No need to like use your last night in LA to feel sorry for yourself. I mean, that's what I told Cux, and he was like, yeah, you're right. And you know, he hung out, and it was good because Cux is a pretty shy guy, but I think he's really coming out of his shell, and I think everybody's like coming out of their shell. Turbo as well. His dad told me that he's super shy, and you know, this was like a big experience for him, helping him become a bit more social and actually get a haircut and shave off the pedo mustache. So, you know, a lot of good things are happening for a lot of people. And we've got the post-series shuttle to the plane. Kronovi, me, Mike, Marky, Scrubkilla's dad over there, Scrubkilla, Garrett's mom. Then we bump into Gibbs at the airport, who actually left the venue like 2 hours before we did. And then his flight got delayed, and we like got a flight from his like, what do you call it? From, I don't know what you call it, a stance or something? Like, whatever you call it. Like, Gibbs left the hotel 2 hours before we did, and we showed up and got on a plane, like, from the location that he was supposed to get a plane from. So that was pretty funny. Oh, I'm not in the right place. But, yeah, we bumped into Rizzo and Gibbs at the airport, and then we, like, took off. There's Scrubkilla again. He's just always smiling. He's a great kid. And probably some of the best food that we got was airplane burgers. Some of the best food we got in America. It was, like, $15 for these, but it was good. Or say $16. And then like we bump into Gibbs again. I swear he's following us because he's just everywhere we go. We bumped into him in LA at the airport, and then we bump into him again in Newark. So he's probably just following us at this point. Gibbs mentioned this in his video. Yeah. Gate, thank you. Yeah, we like showed up 2 hours after him and left from his gate on a different plane to the same destination. And then we meet up with him again in New York because that's where he lives. So got a couple of before and after the flight pictures with Gibbs. But overall, the flight's like ruined us. Flying west to east is apparently much harder than flying east to west because you're flying like through the night. Like the sun sets, then you fly through it, and it rises again like 2 hours later. So super hard to sleep. And yeah, I probably use this photo on my Tinder because I'm like, oh yeah, give me that cow lick. Look at that cow lick. That's what I like to see. Oh yeah, I'm casting Insomnia. For anybody who didn't know. This is the casting team. We got the good old Johnny Boy, Gregan, and Shogun. That's going to be the end of this month. Keep an ear out for that one. And then, yeah, I just tweeted some other things. Per Lucinio getting... Hello, darkness, my old friend. Over 0! Go get your... Hello, darkness. Oh, get denied. Lucinio getting ruined. The boner thing, it's not working. Just like, you've got to really flex. And then, yeah, when you're realizing you finally afford coaching from Johnny Boy, Marbo's going in on Twitter, man. Marbo is a beast on Twitter. So yeah, that pretty much brings us up to scratch. I don't really know what else we've got. Let's take a cheeky look at my notifications. Yep, everybody likes everything that I do, as usual. What is this? So I took this picture on Stoney's phone of Stoney, Homebad, and someone else. And yeah, that's the best picture that I got of them. They're really happy with that. I'm a photographer now. But yeah, what a big experience. Honestly, coming back home, I was like getting withdrawal symptoms from socializing because, I mean, after meeting so many people and so many fans and, you know, being at the best production LAN, like the only LAN I've ever been to, honestly, and the production was just insane. The games were insane. Everything was just so good. And then coming back on an awful plane, getting jet lagged, landing at 8 in the morning after being asleep for like 40 hours, sleeping all day, staying up all night, because I'm like, whoops, ruined schedule again. But yeah, it was awesome. It was just awesome. So then I was like on the phone to one of my friends because I was like, yo, I've got social interaction withdrawal symptoms. Call me. And then she was like, sure. So she, I was on the phone with a friend of mine, which is really nice. She's sometimes in my chat, Kim. She's really nice. She streams as well. I don't know if she's in my chat right now, but yeah, I appreciated the conversation because I couldn't sit by myself on my PC after like having a full-on week like that, and I couldn't stream because my voice was ruined. I was like completely gone. I left my voice in LA, and luckily I found it again. It got a plane after me apparently. Most WTF moment. Oh, I'm not saying that on stream. No way. There's like some things that are definitely not being said on stream. So sorry about that, but most WTF moment that I can say on stream, I don't even know, like, I don't know. But yo, any questions? Now's the time. Anybody want to know anything about LAN? Now's the time, because I'm going to stop streaming in a bit. I've been streaming for a long time, so I'll go off stream pretty soon. Oh, that was a great piece of ball control. I don't ban people, like, I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of getting banned. Am I talking about Lexi? No, talking about a friend of mine called Kim. She's I've known her since like way before Rocket League, or at least a good bit before Rocket League. She was streaming like before I was, and she makes way more money on Twitch than I do because she's a cute grill. So big props to her. Ah, nearly. How hot was Maestro? It's insane. He is the boy. Was the Low 5 Rizzo romance real? I mean, Low 5 kind of just kept to himself. I saw him, but he didn't really talk to anybody from what I could see. I don't know. Maybe he was just like talking to people when I wasn't there, but for the most part, he just seemed to hang out with the same people. So, I mean, that's fine. I'm more of a I was like using the opportunity to meet as many people as possible because you don't get that chance to meet your online friends except when you're at LAN. So you gotta make the most of it. Go say hello to everybody. I'm sure you would have been pretty chill in person because it's not normal for people who are even like enemies online to be like super and I'm saying even enemies online. Like, I'm not even enemies of Low 5. We just like had a bit of back and forth on Twitter, which is good publicity for both of us the way I see it. So. Yeah, he can just do his thing. I've got nothing to... Didn't talk to Low 5, nothing to say. Lexi the gorilla, I showed her Twitter on stream. I did talk about Lexi. Yeah, Lexi was nice. She came up and sat beside me and she was like, my friends are so hot. And I was like, okay, that sounds good, but, until it's like... guilty until proven otherwise. So she showed me her Instagram with her hot friends. I was like, yeah, you're not wrong. So, and I was like, obviously she's in all these photos as well. She's fishing for the complimentos. But I was like, sure, I'll make her day. Yeah, you look good in all the photos too. Don't you worry about a thing. So, I mean, I think she has a boyfriend because there was some dude in like a lot of the pictures. I was like, I'm not gonna go anywhere near that situation. Not gonna go anywhere near that situation. Yeah, she was nice. She was like, it's my first LAN. She was in like the hospitality staff helping out the players. She's like, I hope I get to do this again. I was like, oh, you will. Oh, you will. I mean, cute brunette. She's in there. All the players will give her a good review. Oh, what? How did I miss that? I like matrixed the ball. No. Anyone get lucky at LAN? Probably. How many girls did I hook up with? I lost count, obviously. Whoops. Cuxer's just like shy. That's, you know, perfectly normal. But I mean, he'll probably get more used to it as time goes on. Yeah, I live in Glasgow. You live in Kincandine, it's an hour away. I don't know where it is, not gonna lie. Better than any casting Johnny could do at Fickle Platypus. Yo, I've got to see the rest of this conversation. You liked casting Rizzo's match. What match? Yeah, my casting sucks. Nah, for real though, they better hire me. Like, I know things that other people don't know. So they better hire me so I can tell all the things. People will be like, whoa, that's a thing right there. That is definitely a thing. I mean, yo, there only one caster, I said this already, only one caster at the RLCS lost his voice. And he wasn't casting, it was me. It's because I was getting hyped, I was getting into the games. Oh, what up, Chelsea? How you doing? Dan's game. What a shot. What is happening? I just finished off story time. I'll probably stick that on YouTube. I don't know how long I was talking for, but I do love to talk, so... Yeah, Leaf lost his voice, but he's actually better at keeping it than me. I'm just having a bit of banter. The casters are great. I want to work with them. I don't want to take their jobs. I want to work with them. Don't get me wrong. I saw Fickle showing up to the venue in a suit, and I was like, look at this guy trying to slide into that caster's desk. Like, that's just not how they work at JDL Productions. He has a very clear idea of what he wants to do, so that would have been a huge upset if Fickle managed to slide onto the casting desk. Especially after mine and Fickle's disastrous performance casting Rocket Royale. Like, that was probably the worst casting of all time, am I right, Fickle? I'm looking forward to my first live venue cast in Birmingham at the end of the month though. It's not going to be as high level competition as RLCS, so it's more difficult to get into the games, but I'll try my best. Try and make it as hype as possible, try and make sure that I lose my voice. The great thing about Rocket League is that when you're watching Rocket League in person, the worst goal can go in and you can still get hyped about it, because that goal, it isn't, even if it doesn't look the prettiest goal, and even if it isn't the most skillful goal, it still means something to the team that scored it. It's you know, it's just part of their story in the event. So that's why the worst goal ever can go in and the crowd can still cheer so loud. And that's cool, because that's what I like to do when I'm watching football games in person. A goal goes in, you cheer. It's just fun. It's more fun if you get into it. So I was glad to see the crowd getting into it quite a lot. I think that they could definitely get into it a bit more and be less NA fanboyish. I think that they could definitely split up the crowd a bit more deliberately into fan sections, because I'm sure there were some people in the IBP heavy section who didn't actually want IBP to win, but they're afraid to chant against IBP because they're sitting right there. So maybe that's something to do in the future, actually split up the fans. You get some good chants going. That would be a lot of fun. What are people saying? Yeah, Fickle, they don't do, nah, they're very, I actually talked to JDL, because somebody told me, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were about players casting on the analysis desk, and something that I've really enjoyed from other esports. And then basically the conversation finished off with people saying, yo, Johnny, you should bring it up at JDL, because for some reason people think that what I say holds weight, and I'm okay, I guess, but sure. And I was talking to JDL, he's he is a nice guy. I'm saying he's scary and all that, but no, for real, he's a really nice guy. And you know, he took time out of his busy schedule to talk to me, who's a nobody. So you know, I appreciate that. And I was just saying to him that, you know, the players who are out early, getting them on the analysis desk, that would be really cool for them, and it would be a really cool gesture, and the fans would love it, I guarantee you. I'd put my neck out in the line, and you know, for them in that role. When am I moving to NA? I would love to move to NA just for the weather alone. The weather is so good, but I mean, there's a lot of things about NA that's not fantastic. The food's expensive. The humidity sucks. Johnny, you're amazing. No, gross J17, you're amazing, dude. Well, I mean, Fickle, I expect it to be a nobody to the big dogs over at Twitch. Twitch are a big deal. Those guys are, you know, they've been around, you know, tons. These guys have been to tons of lands. This is just my first LAN, and it's my first foray into esports. 6 months ago, nobody knew who I was, and I got really lucky, and I can't really thank you guys enough for the support that you give me. But I didn't expect like as many people on like the production side of things to know me as did know me, and to give me like the time of day to just like have a conversation, or like walk around backstage. I really appreciate that opportunity, and I'm never gonna forget that. Never gonna forget that. What's Shice been timed out for? Yeah, I know California's a more expensive state, but I mean, California weather's insane. What time will I be streaming tomorrow? I don't know, actually. It's bipolar in Cali? Well, I mean, it's way more bipolar in Scotland, because Scotland you'll get, oh my word, you'll get like rain, and then like 50 minutes later sunshine, 50 minutes later snow, and then like 50 minutes later hurricane. Like, Scotland is the most bipolar of nations, and it's the wind actually that gets me the most. The wind chill is just insane. You were the guy that saw us Pashy. What a big experience! Yeah, you told me that you had that name in the chat. That was fun. Like, I had a lot of fun watching games with a lot of different people. Like I said, if I like was watching a game with you and then I walked off, it's not because I wasn't having fun. It's just because I wanted to like hang out with as many people as possible and like use the opportunity to meet as many different people. So don't be offended if I like ditched you. I'm really not like that at all. I was just like I was using the opportunity to network and meet as many people as possible. I didn't get the flick. Do I think Rocket League will grow? I'm just going to say, like, the people who are in charge of Rocket League is Twitch and Psyonix. I mean, Twitch wants something to happen, it happens. That's all I'm saying. They're a big deal. I'm very professional, I deserve my success. Yeah, Red Herring 9, I appreciate that. Like, I do try, and I know I, got lucky, but I'm trying to roll with it and trying to give back in any way that I can. So for now, I mean, I can definitely manage all of the, I guess if you want to call it fame, like it isn't out of control yet, so like I'm just enjoying it. I know that maybe one day it'll be like a nuisance, but for now it's just, it's so much fun. I can't get enough. But yeah, I think that should just about do it for me here, because I've been streaming for a long time, and don't want, whoa, what was that? Oh my goodness, you guys didn't tell me that, look, I've had this annoying double Johnny Boy on the whole time. What type of player do I see replacing Mike? Somebody who's ready to work, somebody who's ready to drop everything and play Rocket League, somebody who's ready to learn, somebody who's like talented, somebody who's a LAN boy, somebody who's handsome. I'm kidding. But you know what I mean. Just they'll pick up the right person, and Mike and Marky, Cux, I'm sure Mike as well will be all thinking a lot about that. And they're my buddies, so I'm going to make sure that I play devil's advocate with them and they don't leave any stone unturned. I'll bring up anything that I think they might have forgotten and give them a little bit of guidance along the way, because I'm an older guy and I've been in esports for a long time. Been a big fan of esports for many years, and those guys are making their first run at esports, and they're the best players in the world. So big props to them. And they're really professional. Marky, Cux, very, very professional. Although like they can be definitely more professional, especially Marky. He could some things he could do a lot better. And Cux just needs to like get used to like the whole fame aspect of it, because that's gonna only get more and more real. But yeah, let me just look at see who's streaming. I can't believe so many of you guys are still hanging out here. That's insane. I thought that since I streamed so late, I'd be like 150, 200 viewers, but you guys really are showing a lot of love, so I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. I'll be looking to do big things in Rocket League, trust me. I'm gonna try and do, there's a lot, I've got big plans. I'll announce things when it's more concrete, but yeah, stay in touch with Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and you'll hear about it firsthand. And I've got big plans. I'm gonna try and use all of the what do you call it, like I guess luck that I got, and all of the kindness and all of the love that I got for something something good. Fireburner and Jamesbot are both online. Who do I host? That's a really tough one. I think I I think, oh, this is rough. Who do I host? Fireburner or James Bot? I don't know. I want to host both of them, I really do. Because they're my boys, they're my LAN boys. Who do I host? Fireburner or James Bot? For the next person in chat to say one of his names. James Bot, okay, James Bot it is. But yo, I'm gonna go everybody go give some love to Fireburner as well. Because I wish I could host both of them. But yo, James Bot is channel of the month. I'm so sad that he couldn't cast, but the higher ups at Twitch know what they're doing, and I hope that they, you know, make the right decisions for James because he's very, very talented. He, for me, is still the best caster, and I've learned a lot from watching him cast, and, you know, he's like somebody that I need to watch Rocket League with because I didn't get to watch Genesis games in person with James Bot and, you know, ride that emotional roller coaster. But yeah, go say what up to James and to Fire, because they're my LAN boys. And thanks all for watching. I'm gonna go host James Bot right now, and then after that I'll probably run some commercials. So if you want to hang about and support me, then that's awesome. If you don't, then that's cool. And yo, just you guys do you, I'll do me. I'll see you on the flip side.